Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jason Whitney. I'm the internship coordinator and one of the 3 career advisors at the University of New Hampshire's Career Center right here in downtown Durham. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit today about what our office does, the services we provide to students, faculty, and staff, but just as importantly, if not more importantly, to employers both locally and throughout the region as far as employer services and access to our students, particularly in roles of either internships, job shadowing, or simply informational interviewing. So that's a little bit what I'm going to talk about today. A little bit of background: I've been at the university for 15 years, a couple different capacities. I've been in the Career Services office now for 6 years. Our office's motto is that we do more with nothing, because our funds, of course, are like everybody. We're all facing tough times here, but we're a very productive staff for a small staff. This past year, we presented 161 programs in classes, reached just over 7,000 students. I myself had individually 520 some odd one-on-one appointments with students from freshmen all the way up to grad students and master's students. And we also do employer outreach, and we had a couple of successful career events this year. We sponsored 2 career fairs, one each semester, and this past spring we had just over 900 students attend, which is almost a record for us. So the good news is for our students and both for employers, we hope the market seems to be getting a little bit better. This is the best hiring market for entry-level college grads we've had in 3 years. So there is a double-digit increase according to the National Association of Colleges and Employers, a trade association we belong to. So students are definitely aware that things are getting better, and they're also taking that awareness and applying themselves more diligently to their job search. So a lot of students are getting hired, and more students are pursuing internships as undergrads. Some of the things that I've seen as an internship coordinator: more students every year I've been in the role are aware of the value of internships. They know what the benefits are, and they know how to pursue them. The thing that has really exploded in the last couple of years is that younger students, sophomores, and maybe even some freshmen are actually thinking about internships and postgraduate plans when typically that's not common for first year and sophomores. So that's good news. I also work with some students who by the time they hit senior year have done 3 internships. And those students are certainly the most competitive. The research bears it out. All my personal experience with students bears it out. The ones who pursue the most and get the best undergrad experience outside the classroom in the form of internships or research projects or fellowships, even volunteer work if the student's interested in nonprofits, those are the ones who get the jobs first, get the first call. A lot of employers are using internships to vet talent, so it makes a lot of sense that if you want to hire somebody, it'd be great to hire someone you've already worked with, a student who's interned with you for a few months or a couple weeks. One recruiter for one of the big Fortune 500s that recruits at UNH, they view the summer internship as a 3-month interview. So if the student does really well, that's the person who's going to get the call instead of an anonymous resume that comes in through their job portal. So the students I work with are definitely more aware of, again, what they want and what the benefit of the internship is. The thing that we tell students, because we're a small staff, we do not have the ability to do site visits. We post probably between 700 and 1,000 internships and jobs per year. We do not have the staff to do site visits for nearly but a few that we know. So we tell students, when you pursue an internship or even an entry-level job, when you interview, ask good questions, know what you're getting into, see if the experience, especially if it's an internship, is going to fit your learning goals or any career-related goals you have, and get the most out of the experience. Some students are very open and, I'll take anything, but we try to focus them and say, well, what do you want to learn from this experience? What's the benefit? What do you want to get out of it that you either want to complement something you're learning about in your classes that's very interesting, or you're not sure on what path you want to take and you just want the pre-professional experience of an internship. So some students I know who are, let's say, liberal arts majors, I was one of those myself back in the day, don't have as a defined path maybe as somebody who's an accounting student or a chemistry student. So those students are more apt to pursue a couple different internships. They're very open and flexible to trying new things. One example, we just got an internship, and the title is Social media guru, I believe was the actual internship title. So the employers themselves are also getting a little more savvy and putting out really engaging and interesting internship descriptions that students will want to open up and read and learn about. So those students who are liberal arts majors necessarily, well, I can't work for a business. Like, what am I going to do? I'm an English major. Well, if you're an English major and you write really well, that's a fantastic transferable skill, whether it's proofreading, editing, content production, copywriting. I work with a lot of students who are working at big companies and small companies who are not business majors, who are not science majors, who are not computer folks. So for a lot of employers we work with, they recognize the value of someone who has a really good skill set, and they're not so focused on, I need this particular major. Now, of course, if you're looking for someone to do graphic design or troubleshoot a network, certainly having a related major or minor would be helpful. But a lot of the students we work with, again, are just very eager and very interested to get some experience. One of the ways that we encourage them to pursue internships when they're coming into school is just to say, you're spending a lot of money on your education, a lot of time and energy. Why not test drive a potential career path before you spend tens of thousands of dollars and your first experience is in your entry-level job and it's not a good fit? So there are many benefits to the internship, one of which is telling you what you may want to do, but nearly as important, what you don't want to do, and not kind of going down that wrong path. In addition, some of the employers I work with, in addition to internships they offer, they are involved in our campus in as much as they're able. They come to campus to do resume review days. They will come attend our career events. Sometimes they will come and do class presentations with us. Other times they'll host info sessions. For those in the small business realm, we have an entrepreneurial venture creation program within the Whittemore School of Business and Economics. I know that a lot of those students, that their primary driver and interest is owning or running their own small business. So there's a population right there that already has some of what you may be looking for as far as that drive and ambition and that eagerness. In regards to the students, again, we have over 13,000 undergraduate students on campus. I think we have about 120 different degree programs at UNH. And we have everything, again, from a very large liberal arts college to a business school to the engineering and physical sciences school, life sciences, and health and human services. So, and the Thompson School of Applied Science, two-year school at UNH. So you can recruit or have access to those students through the Career Services Office. One of the resources we provide is called Wildcat Careers. It's our office's online internship and entry-level job resource. So all the postings that come through our office, that's where they go, and that's where they're marketed to students. So again, this year I put 650 some odd unique internships online. And I get feedback from employers all the time, Jason, thank you so much, it was very effective, it was easy, I found a great student, can you please take our posting down? So it's seamless, more or less. You submit the posting, it comes into me, I may do some editing as far as just basic grammar stuff, and then based on what you're looking for, whether it's a certain year in college, a certain GPA, certain skill set, certain major, we market it to specific students. We don't do the blanket spam email. And I've talked to students and I've talked to faculty, and everyone's got a different opinion. Oh, students don't read email anymore. Oh, students read email all the time. I think the truth is closer to students are still reading email, because that's how a lot of information still gets disseminated, at least in the college world. So when I send out emails to students, it's very brief. It's about a Twitter length. It's new paid internship in Portsmouth, go on Wildcat Careers, check it out, Jason. So they don't have to wade through a big paragraph or a whole lot of text. They get paid internship or a nonprofit opportunity such and such. They go into Wildcat and just explore the opportunities there. So if you want to post an internship at UNH through Wildcat Careers, it's a simple online link. The information is here in some of the handouts I'll give in a few minutes. It's free, of course. We don't want to send up any obstacles for employers to get access to students. And when it comes in, typically it's posted and marketed in the same day, depending on how crazy the week is in our office, but usually it goes up pretty fast. And if you would be so kind as an employer to let us know when you've identified a candidate and had an intern coming on, just say, can you please deactivate my posting? Because sometimes I don't hear from employers and it stays up. We want students to see current and open posts. The thing about Wildcat Careers is that's access only to our students and alumni who've been out for 1 year or less. So it's just that population. So current undergrads only, and graduates have access to our system for 1 year out from their graduation date, whether it's May or December. We have another posting area that's strictly for entry-level and beyond jobs, which may or may not be of use to you right away, but that's called Job Line. That's also on our website, and that's a place where you can post again for free, but that's entry-level jobs all the way up to CEO, CFO, and that's open to the world. So there's no filter on that. Anybody, anywhere can land on those postings and access those postings. Wildcat is for our students and recent alumni only. Another unique feature about Wildcat Careers, I don't know if any of you are alumni, if you'd like to get involved, you can sign up to be an alumni mentor in the Wildcat Careers Network. So if a student wants to learn about, well, what does a graphic designer do? What does a small business owner do? How do they get started? And they want to schedule a brief informational interview, and you're willing to do that, if you'd provide just some contact information, a brief blurb about yourself, and maybe a little bit of career advice, we have a space for that, students will find you and ask you questions. And that's a great way just to get connected. Other services that we offer, certainly for any employer looking to get information about how to develop an effective internship, that's something I can do for you. I can meet with you in person or talk over the phone. One of the things that we've seen in the last couple of years, there is an increase in the number of internships available, which is great. But we want to make sure that our students are getting a good experience. So when we say internship, we really mean a guided learning opportunity for the student. So if you're an employer and you're taking a student on, we have expectations that the student is not going to be shredding and copying and doing menial administrative work, which every job may have some of that, but really it's more about having somebody on your team or in your company who's able to mentor the student, provide them with basic information about, here's how I do this, here's how I learned this, do you have any questions for me? So if you have the time and you care about, you know, helping the student while they help you, that's going to make for a much more successful experience, and that's something we encourage all employers to do. We have resources that we can share online and some hard copy that will tell you how to do that, so the experience is good for you and it's good for the student. Again, a lot of our students, they go out to pursue internships for the experience. They want to either find a place where they can apply what they've learned in their classes, or they're curious about a particular industry and want to learn more about it. But again, the more energy and effort you can put into the experience as a mentor or supervisor and engage the student, the more successful you'll be. And the research bears out that if students are given real projects, real things that are going to benefit your organization and not busy work, they're going to gain tremendously from it. And again, you will accomplish some of your goals as well as an employer. And these are the youngest, the best, and the brightest. They have all the latest learning. This is kind of the population that we have here at UNH. Our standards are pretty high. We're drawing in a lot of good students, and again, they want to get involved and learn both inside and outside the classroom. So again, I'll be taking questions soon. We could talk more in detail about specifics of our program and how the Career Services Office can help you all.
So I have a question. I think
Sure.
you'll be able to hear business to get a specific type of talent. For instance, a graphically oriented or a coding oriented person, or a financial analyst person. I'm going around the room. Where is the next layer above your office, and how can you help get specifically the talent?
The next layer above our office would be this individual departments and faculty. And sometimes we can help facilitate that, since I work with faculty and I work with staff in all the departments. We try to be the clearinghouse to make it easy for the employer and for the departments. I know some departments are very okay with being contacted directly, others are not so okay with that. But certainly the relationships we have, again, part of my role, use matchmaker, is to kind of facilitate those connections. And I do think certainly any good recruiting model is about building and maintaining effective relationships. So if I know employers and I know what they're looking for when I meet with students every day, I can help facilitate some of those connections.